Right.
We are live, everybody. This is the TIPpawgcast, episode 12. Tonight, we're going to talk about Nintendo Switch reveal. I watched the reveal actually on Rich Tech USA's channel, which was actually pretty fun. I thought he was funny at times. In my opinion, he actually made the Switch review a little better for me. Okay, but before we get into that, I want the panel to introduce themselves. We have some people that are going to be late, showing up late probably, so we're going to get started anyway. So we have two new people that came on tonight, so let them start first. We'll start with Super Snow. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Super Snow. I don't really have a main theme to my channel. I just upload whatever I want, but I also speak from the heart, and I don't sugarcoat bullshit when I see it. So, yeah, if you ever like George Carlin, you'd love me, so.
Okay, then we got up next, we got Craig Harris and his pet rock.
That's right. Hey, it's Craig Harris. Craig Harris Talks Games, new to YouTube. I do appreciate the invitation, Princess. And shout out to everybody out there. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, you're always there for me. And last but not least, we got Rambo. Rambo, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? It's Rambo's Corner here. Rambo here with it, and I'm just here to talk about the new news that came out, I guess, here this week, and a lot of stuff happening. So looking forward to the talk.
Sounds good. Like I said, guys, it's supposed to be some other people. They told me they were going to join late, so when they join, they'll just pop in. Okay. So we're going to start off, of course, because there's probably a lot to talk about, which is the Nintendo Switch reveal. Nintendo told us that the Switch would come out with the controller, console, and accessories. Only 32 gigabytes of storage, which is a stupid move once again. Nintendo brought out the gimmicks with that stupid game, ARMS. Another gimmick, ARMS. Okay, what that crazy shit is. Okay, I can go on and on and on. Okay, and I do have some other stuff to say, but right now I want the panel to tell me what they thought if they watched it about the Switch reveal. Who wants to start off?
I will. I thought it was a good conference, not a great conference. I was happy to see some third-party support.
Amen to that.
Yeah, it's just
glad to see that.
Yeah, and it's just a Nintendo has a different way to play games, and if you have kids, the Mario game looked interesting, and for me,
I like the look of that one.
Yeah,
that one I like.
Yeah, for me, just I guess the way it comes apart, it doesn't look very sturdy. That's my only main question, is how sturdy it is. But as far as the way it looked, I thought it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. But that's my opinion on it. Again, it just they got a different way of doing things, and at one point, didn't that Pokemon Go game make them like a gazillion dollars? So
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So either they know something that I don't know, and again, I had a Nintendo back in the day. It wasn't my first console. I'm an old man, but everybody at some point probably had a Nintendo. So it's it is what it is. But that's my opinion on it.
Actually, I got a lot of them. I mean, I even go through the Wii and the Wii U. I got my GameCubes. I got my Nintendo game. So yeah, so I know what you're saying. But are you interested in buying a Switch?
I have to wait. I'm going to wait and see what else they're going to do. I really need to look into the durability. I was always taught with any new electronic device, give it at least 90 to 120 days just to kind of see what the fail rate, if any, is going to be. But yeah, it's on the radar. It's one of those things that it's on the radar. I don't know about a day one purchase because I always wait.
You'd be lucky to find one day one. You know how they are with that shit, man.
Yeah, good point.
Good point. That's a good point. Anybody else? Anybody else want to talk about the Nintendo reveal and their thoughts on it and what they saw?
If you don't mind, I'll go
The interest?
second.
Whoever wants to go right ahead.
My thing with this is, and I think a lot of people could agree, I think Nintendo is slowly and very slowly starting to learn that they should be appealing to more than just a children market. That Switch reveal trailer back, what was like a month ago, was, in my opinion, a really good step in the right direction, because, you know, every Nintendo console that I've seen growing up was always more marketed towards children. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you're not going to get people like me, you know, who play more than just Mario games, mind you, to buy your console. And especially when they're not powerful enough to even play all these, you know, AAA games coming out. And that's another thing I like to point at, is that this console, if we're to be believed to be true, is going to be able to run things like Skyrim, Dark Souls 3, so on and so forth. So as a consumer who likes the idea of having a console, especially the idea of it being able to just pop right out and play on the go is a decent idea. I don't know how the hell I'll use it, but I know a lot of other people will. So if what they're saying about third-party support is true, then I think it'll be the first Nintendo console I'll at least consider buying in the last, I'd say, 10 years, because everything else has just been either too gimmicky, or it's just, there's no point in getting it, because I could get the same games on my PC, mind you, add a better resolution, frame rate, and so on. So, yeah, I think that the press conference was a little cringy at times, as they usually are, but I think they did pretty well. There was generating a lot of buzz on Twitter last night, and I gotta say, like I said, step in the right direction, Nintendo. Now, if you can keep up with it, we'll see what happens when it launches. But to wrap this up, I don't want to keep talking forever.
No, go ahead. It's all right.
Like I said, it's a good step for them, because I think after they lost Iwata, you know, they started to really consider that maybe they should start trying new things, and especially with this, with the new Zelda coming out, that looks really good. With the new Mario, it's not just a standard issue platform. It looks like it's gonna be some open world game, something like that. And
but don't you think that should have launched at that should have launched when Nintendo was launching the Switch? I mean, a Mario game with that. I mean, they're not coming out with that until like Christmas time.
And well, the fact that they've been pushing back, you know, the new Zelda as well. I mean, good lord.
No,
I mean,
Zelda. No, they said last night Zelda's coming out. March 3rd.
I hope so. I really do, because that's probably really the only game I'm looking at that looks decent. You know, like, because I mean, I don't hate Mario, but I mean, you know, I played them all. I hate to say that, but that's how I personally feel. So, but like I said, if they get their heads out of their asses and decide that, you know, they're going to make this console worth having all these third-party supporters come in, then it's a console that I'll probably go, yeah, I'll pick this up. You know, this seems to be a pretty decent lineup of games. I would love to be able to, between my classes in college, pop out the Switch, play a little Dark Souls or something, you know, when I'm waiting. And, yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, I have a completely different take on this.
Go ahead.
Now, mind you, I bought it. I have a pre-order already out, so this is not just hating. I mean, I'm gonna buy every console no matter what. However,
just a gamer.
Yeah. However, when it comes to Nintendo, this is it. They're done. My thought is this will be their last console. They will be reduced to a mobile company or a handheld company, or having to do third-party software. And the reason why I say that is because you're launching this console with basically one game, Zelda, and the other, what is that? Arms or whatever.
Oh, they aren't launching with Splatoon either. They're not launching with Splatoon too.
Splatoon is summer.
Coming out later on. I think Skyrim's the other one that's launching with it.
No, Skyrim's not even launching day one. Skyrim's not.
You gotta be kidding! How the
no.
Not launch with Skyrim?
Skyrim is coming, showing on Amazon as being like, I think, in fall.
Oh, in the fall.
Wow. So they're launching with that game Arms, like the one where you're punching or whatever. It looks kind of like a gimmick. And they're launching with Zelda.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
2 games.
That's sad.
Now, Zelda, I can handle. The punch, that Arms game.
It's to me, that punch game made me think of Wii Sports, that little disc that always came with the Wii. you know, that nobody really played. I mean, or you just kind of, I guess,
you play it once and you never play it again.
You kind of put it in like, oh, this was neat, and then like never touched it again. That's what ARMS makes me think of. But the ARMS is actually a $60 title.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
So I don't know really what. Yeah, that's
Are you serious?
Thing. Yeah, $60 for that. It's a full price.
$60 for ARMS?
Yeah, to me, it should have been no more than like 29 or 19, something like that.
Excuse me, I think it's a gimmick game. I think maybe they should give it for $5.99 at least.
And then they announced Nintendo Online.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's kill them, you know, because the only way you can use it.
That was going to be one of the next subjects. Yeah.
The only way you can use it is through your smartphone. So apparently, the controllers have no headset jack.
What?
Yes, the only way you're going to be able to talk online is to plug into your phone, press the app, the Nintendo Online app, and talk to people through that app on your phone. So you'll have to use your phone's battery.
Wow.
That's a no. That's a
pay for it. But pay for it, mind you. Like pay for whatever the service is, and what you get free is a NES game.
Wow.
Or a Super NES
so worth
game.
the price.
We don't know yet, but it's all because it's free until the fall, and then it starts charging you. But from what it looks like, is you only get to play the free game for that month. After that, it's gone.
What? Whoa! They don't even let you keep it?
No, from all the reports that are saying that from the bigger YouTubers that have been like in the know.
Kidding me?
That's what.
Oh, come on now.
It's. Like
and people wonder why people aren't playing on Nintendo no more, man. That's a stupid fucking decision. Jesus Christ.
They're killing themselves.
What games are they going to come out with? I mean, Zelda and then the ARMS game, but what else?
That's it for launch.
Out in 17. Well, what else in 17?
It's 17. We got Skyrim.
Skyrim's
re-released.
Mario at the end of the year.
Mario. You have Just Dance 2017. Rayman Legends.
Boy, those are going to be flying off the shelf.
Rayman.
Yeah, Rayman.
You basically have Ubisoft's third-party support, but it's with their like games that nobody really plays, like Just Dance and Rayman and stuff like that.
There's really nothing new, though. I mean, a lot of these games are just games that have been out for years now. That's pathetic, man.
Steep is coming. Steep is that new game from Ubisoft that I guess the snowboarding thing or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen it on Steam. It's not really.
Yeah, it's not really something I'm interested in, but those are what's coming. And FIFA 17 is supposed to actually be, from what we've heard, is the PS3 360 version ported over.
Oh, that's pathetic.
Wow.
Lord.
So now, mind you, like I said, I'm buying it because it's me. I got to play Mario like every once in a while, or get the family together and maybe like play with the kids somewhere. But for the most part, me and my family are going to be on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One playing some Call of Duty or something like that, rather than playing Nintendo at all. And I refuse to pay for their online service. So
yeah, that right there has killed it for me. When I saw that, I'm like, dude, what's the point, man? You were the chosen one, Nintendo. You were showing people how to really do it. Don't pay for online, but now you're going to do it, man?
Well, now they've opened themselves up because most of the hackers I say hackers, but the script kiddies that bring it down never mess with Nintendo because they were never a pay-to-play online. So, I mean, their online service was very whatever. So they never really messed with it. But now that they've opened themselves up to this pay-to-play online, you're going to have people trying to DDoS Nintendo now. And Nintendo, we all know, probably doesn't have like a very secure online service.
Well, hell, they better get one.
Yeah, because I mean, they're going to be attacked.
Yeah,
they are.
I mean, they got to get one. I mean,
they don't
want
going to be attacked night one.
I honestly think that they're going to also be attacked by those people who actually love to play Nintendo games like religiously and stream them. There are, they don't stream. They don't stream the actual game. They talk about it while they're playing and doing all this or whatever. They're going to be very, very upset with a lot that's going on with that conference.
Well, what's crazy is that Nintendo put a kind of a share button in there, to where you could share your screenshots or your gameplay.
Right.
But come on now, who in their right mind is willing to share that so that way you can pay Nintendo to put it on your channel?
I
Wow.
ain't paying nobody shit to put something
I'm
out
not,
nowhere.
I'm not sharing that. I'm like, no, sorry. I might share it like screenshots or whatever on my Twitter, but that none of that Nintendo stuff is going on my YouTube because I'm not joining their partnership to where not only do I have to pay, take money taken out by YouTube, but also money taken out by Nintendo as well.
So they're going to support the sharing on Twitter and Instagram or whatever.
Yes, you have to be part. But now the from what I understand, they're going to do Twitter and Instagram, like the Twitter, like where you can upload to Twitter or whatever. But I probably upload to YouTube is more appropriate for what they're going to do. The only problem is that if you upload to YouTube, you have to be a member of their Nintendo club thing on Nintendo, where you're a partnership with them.
Right.
To where they get a portion of your proceeds that you make off of uploading Nintendo footage.
All right,
What
but
if
I got a
you don't-
question.
Wow.
I got a question. All right, you just said that. I got a question then.
Uh-huh.
What about for people who aren't uploading things for profit? They aren't partnered. They don't get money from
You
YouTube.
can't. Nope. You can't upload. I mean, if you upload anything,
Wow.
even if you don't monetize your video,
I do mine just for the fun of gaming because I love gaming.
yeah.
This
if you
is
don't
all about
monetize
just
it,
me loving gaming.
right? If you don't monetize your videos and you still upload it, Nintendo will flag it.
Wow. Pathetic.
Okay. All right. See, now I got to say this then. I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it. Nintendo hasn't learned from their mistakes.
No, that's why I say that. Sadly, this is probably going to be their last console.
Yeah. I mean, I personally think Mario looked good. Zelda looked good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I looked at that Joy-Con controller and thought to myself, what the hell are they thinking?
Yeah,
Honestly.
whenever they started
I mean-
showing that where you could fill like the one cube or 2 cubes or 3 cubes of ice, and then like that you could feel water filling up it. Like, who's asked for all that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody.
But I looked
I've never
at the
wanted a
lineup.
rumble feature that could do that.
No, I looked at the lineup of some of the games looked all right. Okay. But I thought the presentation, first of all, could have been much better than what it was. Okay.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay. First of all, the guy who was translating, you could have been put to sleep by him. Yeah, but
He did put me to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay.
It was
You know,
terrible.
But I personally don't want to be suckered in a third time with Nintendo. You know, I really don't. They really need to give it up with the gimmicks. Stop it. You know, stop putting in motion controls. Some people are getting hyped over Nintendo having games like Skyrim at launch, okay? Okay.
That's been
fine.
out for how long now?
Exactly. All right,
I mean,
that's on them
that-
then.
That was
If
still
that's what
something
they
that
like.
we've asked for, like Nintendo to actually have an actual true third-party game.
Yeah.
Right.
And then here
But
you
I
go,
hope
you're-
people
you're-
aren't forgetting. But the one thing I hope the people aren't forgetting is that the Wii U had third party at launch. Also, most of them were being ports.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they lost
Now,
it.
Exactly. Now, the one thing I will say, Nintendo Switch has more exclusive though at launch, because I haven't heard any than the Xbox One. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, you got to spin.
I'm getting mad at Xbox because they're hurt. They're killing me. They're killing me. They're killing me over here. They really are.
Well, a lot of the exclusives are coming over here to the PC. I'm just waiting for the Halo announcement. That's what I'm just waiting for. I'm just chilling back and relaxing, waiting to hear Master Chief Collection coming to Windows 10 PC. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm getting it. You know, because it's happening.
Yeah, my other thing was though
Yeah.
that like you guys were saying about the controller that looks 39. I think that controller is a bad idea. I never seen a controller with an analog stick is below the buttons.
It looks so small. The little things on the sides of the controllers, right?
Yeah,
They look
these
too
little-
small.
Listen, I got
The-
small hands, but that little thing looks like it get lost in my hands.
Well, yeah, that
I
like
have big hands. I think it's too small.
trying to pull that Joy-Con off and actually use it. There's no way I'm going to be able to. I'll get a crimp in my hand so bad because it's so small.
Yeah, exactly.
And
The only
honestly,
good thing
when you had the Wiimote
good.
and you had the Wiimote turned sideways, that little rectangle, it was hard to play.
Yes, it was.
So
Yes, it was.
now take that Wiimote size, but then like shrink it down to the palm of your hand basically, and then try to play that with 2 hands. That's going to be almost impossible.
Exactly. My other thing is the only good thing was that they said that they had the Pro controller. but it's separate at a price of what, $80?
Yeah,
Plus
I think
tax?
so.
Okay.
Christ.
All right. But the thing is, I hope if they are going to do some good shit, I hope that the Switch isn't going to be another Wii U where the Pro Controller only works for some games. There was an issue with that.
Kill it right there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, you also guys stepped on the next subject, which was that I was going to bring up, which was about them charging for online. The worst move they could have done.
That's part of the reason I don't even have a regular console to begin with, because I don't want to do that. I would never get the most out of it.
I think that they could have got away with it had they actually came with a very strong lineup at launch and shown like there was going to be a lot of support throughout the year.
But the problem with that is, though, there's really not that many coming out. Most of their games don't have online to begin with. You don't play online with Mario.
Right. So I mean, you're paying. You're gonna be paying to play online for basically just a few games.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I'll play offline. I mean, I can justify it within myself. Granted, it's not a most consumer friendly, but with PlayStation and Xbox, at least I get some games back on it. I also
there's plenty of games to play online, you know.
Yeah, so. But then I also have online games, and I also have discounts with it too. So I mean, there's incentives to pay for it. I mean, granted, it's not worth the $60 a year, but still, there's incentives a way to justify it. But with Nintendo, there's just not any justification you can do to pay to play those games.
Yeah, not unless there's something coming
that we don't know about. Yeah,
in 18.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know about. But you know what? You shouldn't make somebody be paying if you're going to get it now, unless you're going to be bringing a lot of stuff that's worth it. Then wait until next year to charge that. Say, okay, we're going to put it off for a year because we don't have enough for you to play online with.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Facts right there. Yeah.
I like. Yeah, that is the fact. One thing I do like that they did do, but then they hit me with all the other stuff, which kind of messed it up for me, was that they stopped there. Just keeping it in your region, playing a game with somebody online. Now you can play anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, which I didn't know they locked.
It was locked. Yeah, it was locked.
They locked it. Yeah,
it was always locked. Yeah, it was always locked.
Ugh.
But I mean, that was a good thing that they did. That was a step in the right direction. But then they went and did all these other things. It's like, wait a minute, you're taking one step forward, 3 steps back.
Yep.
Nintendo, stop.
That's Nintendo for you, though. I mean, every time they give you something good, it seems like they take away things from
everything
you. So it's
else.
like why don't you just continue moving forward? But they for some reason they refuse to acknowledge the actual gaming industry. Like they think that they just know everything and they're on their own path.
And their fans aren't any better either. They never acknowledge any of their problems.
No. Their fans are like, oh, this is there was one person that said like this was the greatest launch. It's going to kill the Xbox One or whatever. It's going to outsell the PS4. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like, where are you seeing this?
Well, it may outsell everything in March for that launch, but
how many did they make though?
That's another thing. Is that to pre-order it, you have to continue refreshing your screen because they're putting out just very little at a time.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo's doing Nintendo, kind of like what they did with the NES Classic.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, it was saying it was currently unavailable last night until probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I was able to actually get through to pre-order one.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing what Nintendo does.
Well, I will say one thing that you brought up a good point, and I think the people in the chat and anybody watching would have loved that information you gave out about you putting up your game clips and all of that, because I personally missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know. So that was excellent information you brought to the table tonight to let people know if you ain't in their group and if you're not monetized, you can't do it. They'll take it down. And if you are monetized, they want a piece of that money.
Yep.
Dang.
That's Now that's
It's
where
crooked.
Nintendo just screwed up because nobody else asks for money if you're monetized. They love the fact that you're promoting their games or their consoles.
For free, basically.
Exactly. You're giving them free advertisement.
Imagine Nintendo would be so much better if they would just allow these content creators to use their stuff without them taking any of the money. You know, so much more money would be going their way if they did that, but they don't fucking learn.
Because I mean,
I hate that.
I know they make. I mean, we looked at Nintendo's financials for I think 2015 or whatever, and Nintendo made most of their money. Like everything else was like kind of in the negative besides advertisement. So that was all basically YouTube advertisements and stuff like that where they were making money. So that's the reason why they're going out and like making this partnership with YouTube and making it to where you're forced to run that through them. But instead of them being greedy and wanting that for their money, like allow people to actually advertise freely, you would have gameplay upon gameplay on YouTube, which would increase sales for them. Like it would increase awareness that console's out there and those games are out there.
And you will also see if people can stream it without being monetized. You can also see if they're having fun. What they love about the game. Let them review the game and say, oh, I love the graphics. I love the gameplay. I love this. I love that. I love the resolution, whatever it is. I love the music. I love the storyline. Let them sell your games for you. Let them sell your console for you.
But I don't know. I mean, I like Nintendo.
But I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up tonight. I really am, because that was an excellent point, and I think some people are going to be very upset about that. And I think the people who are monetized are going to be upset because they may not have realized that was going on. Well, you know, this one gets a piece, and now Nintendo gets a piece, so your piece of the pie is a lot less, but you're doing all the work.
Yeah. Nintendo just collects money, sitting back collecting money for basically nothing.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
I don't know.
You know, it's funny that
is
all these bigger YouTubers out there that could be making them so much money. If they would just allow them to stream their game. Imagine if PewDiePie was playing the Legend of Zelda game day one and was telling millions of people, "Hey guys, you should go buy this game. This is great."
Yeah.
You know, that'd be that's money. That's free fucking money. He would make a hell of a lot less than you ever would, Nintendo. I'm telling you, got to take your heads out of your asses and allow it to happen. But they don't learn.
PewDiePie will never put Nintendo on his channel. He's never. I don't think he would ever sign up.
I don't think he knows not to, because he knows it's just going to get claimed. He said, "Fuck it," you know.
Because I mean, you can sign up for it. Like you can, like if you're part of a partnership right now. Like I have a HR, MRC, whatever they're called, like to where like I forget what the hell they're called, but it's like where I have a shit. I can't think of what the hell. For some reason I've lost the top of me. But you can still have like your regular partnership, like with your thing where they're going to promote you and stuff like that. But then they take like whatever partnership you have, like it's like sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 80-20. Just all depends on like who you're with and what their terms are. But then you can have that. Then you also on top of that can actually include Nintendo. But Nintendo like won't take like everything from your channel. Nintendo will only take everything from your Nintendo gameplay footage. So there's people out there that do like regular gameplay videos, but have already signed up for Nintendo stuff, so that way they can upload Nintendo gameplay. But that like you're promoting this anti-consumer behavior, like
exactly.
You're not giving them reason to change it.
If anything, Nintendo should pay them for advertising their stuff when they get the sales.
I think something that'll really help, especially just the communities in general, is if these goddamn Nintendo fanboys would take their fucking heads out of their asses. Excuse my language. I don't mean to be cursing like a sailor over here, but this stuff pisses me off.
Hey, I curse worse than that sometimes. I got a lot of
I just didn't want to upset anybody. But if these Nintendo fans would take the heads out of the damn asses and finally stand up to Nintendo, take the nostalgia goggles off, and just say, "Hey, we're tired of this crooked bullshit from you guys. You people need to step your game up and get with the times. A lot can change if your community is telling you to do it." Look what happened with Xbox. The community came out and said, "We don't like this shit you're doing" when it first came out, and they're listening. Yeah, they're actually listening.
Not completely. No,
no,
I got to disagree with that one.
No,
I got to disagree with that one.
No, they're not. I'm not talking about that. We're not talking about the games, but as far as like all that DRM crap that they had in the very beginning and the Kinect,
exactly.
they listen.
Let me tell you something. If you look look what happened with Valve when they tried to implement paid DLC. We, the community, stood up and said, you ain't pulling this shit, and they took it down in less than 2 days. Imagine how many, if a large majority of these Nintendo fanboys came out and said, we don't like you with these fucking gimmicks anymore, change your shit, and I guarantee you they would change. But these Nintendo fanboys, they put their fingers in their ears and they just say, we don't want to hear it. We want,
they're like
we're not
kids,
gonna.
they do na 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 na.
And that's why Nintendo themselves will never change.
Yeah.
And I get the nostalgia behind it. I mean, I grew up with Nintendo, but at the same time, is that you've got to be realistic with them.
Exactly.
I love Nintendo.
But as a consumer, you have to be realistic with anybody. Whether it's you're buying a console, you're buying a car, you're buying a home, you're buying furniture, you're buying whatever. You gotta be realistic with everybody. No, what you're trying to sell me is a piece of shit. I don't want it.
Oh yeah.
That's why I haven't bought a Nintendo console in over 10 years.
Yeah.
That's like somebody trying to sell you a home for like say $200,000, and you look at it's a goddamn shack that's all boarded up. Get the hell out of here.
I think the gaming community is really the only one of the few communities out there that will just take that shit and never speak up about it at times, and I don't understand why.
But see, I was a Nintendo fan, and I've always spoke up. When they fucked up again with the Wii U, I spoke up. You gave us certain things, and all of a sudden, it just dropped dead. I mean, it literally dropped dead.
I mean, these other consoles are still going strong while they're already on the next one, That should tell you something. These Nintendo fans,
that's why I said I'm not going to be wrapped up in a gimmick again. Unless they show me something, I'll get it maybe down the line. But right now, I can't do it. Now, I like Mario, I like Zelda, but I cannot see putting out $300 for one game.
Yeah, exactly.
And that little goddamn those buttons that. No, I mean I got small hands, but also got nails, so that's gonna mess with everything now.
My big ass hands probably won't be able to do it. I got big hands.
My hands won't be able to do it. Any guy playing it's going to be worse than a female playing it because your hands are bigger than ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my writing
to those little kids again, man.
They got to be. But yet they showed those commercials where there were adults playing at airports. So once again, you got people hyped for something that was more adult-like, and then you went straight back to the little kitty thing. Like an adult's gonna drop the thing. Oh, give me a wristband because I'm gonna drop my controller.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Well, my question is if you buy it for your kids, depending on how young they are, those Joy-Con controllers are very damn small.
Yeah.
So the possibility of losing them, and did you see how much they are? They're $80 to buy by themselves.
Yeah, that's been that's my point is that, if that's why one, I would wait, but two, it just it's for kids. It's got some adult hors d'oeuvres on there, but pretty much it looked like it was for kids. And, yeah, and like I said, it's on the radar for me, but I don't know if it's going to be a day one purchase. I'm gonna have to really delve into it because to me it doesn't look durable. It very well could be. It could be very sturdy. You could maybe be able to pick it up and drop it.
I'm not talking about they're talking about you could take it to a picnic with you. Or
a party. Oh, yeah, a party. Did you see that? Did you see that? Be the life of the party. Did you see that whenever they showed the guy at a party?
Yes.
With the lights going, and then they pulled out a switch. You know damn good well if you were at a party and some dude walked in with the switch, you'd be like, "Get that motherfucker out of here." No, man,
listen. Grown ass people respect the shit. I'm saying, what the hell you doing? We got music, we got drinks, we got everything on and popping, and you're bringing the fucking Nintendo Switch in here.
1-2 switch, man, get the hell out of here! That's insane.
Now I can see at a picnic if you got kids.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's your kids playing it or whatever.
That would be your kids playing it, not you, though.
Yeah, I'm sure as hell not playing it from.
That's what I'm saying.
While I'm out and about.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hello.
But Oh, HP's in the house. He late.
Sorry, I'm late.
All right, HP. We're talking about. We went through a lot on a Nintendo Switch review.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first of all, I don't know if you know everybody. We got Rambo here tonight. We got Super Snow, and we got Craig Harris. Craig Harris, you probably remember him from the chat. He's the one with the pet rock.
What?
You don't remember the other night?
Oh
Let me
yeah,
stop.
I
HP,
remember that.
now you remember. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on the on a Nintendo Switch reveal? We also talked about the online stuff. You know that they want you to pay for online and stuff like that. What do you think about it?
Oh,
Let's see what you got to say. If you got to, go ahead.
It has
Let it out.
things that make me want it, and it has things that make me hate it. Like I don't want to play for online, but then I also like the mobility because a lot of times I have to I travel a lot, so I have to sit in the car for like 15 hours straight, and a Switch would be perfect, you know. But then
Okay, but the one thing is, when you talk about online, you'd like to play online. We were just informed tonight by one of our members that you can't chat with people.
well, I heard that, and I also heard that they kind of do a PS Plus thing, but after the month, they take the game away from you.
Yep. That is some bullshit right there, man. That is some. I was
Take away the
actually
free games they give you after a month.
But you don't
That's
even get a current game. You actually get like an NES or Super NES game, like a 30-year-old game.
Damn.
But I will say, if this thing does like drop in price to like $250 or whatever, you know, I'll pick it up. And honestly,
Maybe for $125, I will.
Yeah.
Well, you see,
Well, I gotta wait for games.
I only want to buy it because of, you know, the mobility of it, and I like the concept of, you know, going to like school or whatever, and, you know, playing with a friend or whatever that is.
Yeah, but I know you do travel a lot, so for you, that may be helpful while you're sitting in a damn car.
Honestly, I don't think it's for everyone. But definitely for like 3DS people, I think it's going to be a hit for people who like the 3DS. But for, you know, honestly, I think they only pulled this move because they saw that their console has been declining, and their handheld has been, like, you know, exploding in a sense. But, you know, they just combined it together.
But here we
And I
go
mean,
with gimmicks
honestly,
again. You know what I
What do
mean?
you-
yeah, well, I mean, it has motion
Think about
control.
the memory.
Oh my god, I saw a
32.
game. You have to point the controller to your mouth and just start chomping. That's a game. I don't want that. No. But
HP, what do you think? What do you think about you only get 32 gigabytes of storage?
does the cartridge give you storage, or
No, the
like
console
it-
itself, you only got 30. No,
like-
you don't. They didn't talk about any external or any additional ways of upgrading
well,
it.
no,
They didn't talk
what
about
I mean
that.
is, like, if I put the cartridge in and then I take it out, does that cartridge like memory
No,
stay on?
No, it's on there. You're gonna have to. No, yeah, you got to delete it again. You got to delete it and put it back in.
Oh, no. Okay, no.
That's what it sounds like to me.
No, the 32 gigabytes is going to be like for your save files. Because like whenever you put the game in, it's not going to be like Xbox One and PS4 where the game loads to the system. You'll just play it
Oh,
off
see,
the.
that's
off the
what
little
I was under the
thing.
impression of.
And then the save file
Alright, see,
will
then
stay on the 32 gigabytes. But if you need more, you have to buy extra SD cards.
Okay, now see, I misunderstood that because I thought it was for the games as well, not
God,
just
no, that would
what
be
you
like
saving.
you'd be running
That's
around
why I
with
was saying. Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying that was ridiculous because that made no sense to me. At least you can go delete some of your save files if you know, or just get a new, like you said, a new SD card or
If
something.
the game's loaded
But-
to it, man, you'd be running around with SD card, like a big
That's
pocket
what
full of SD cards.
That's what I was saying. Okay,
I
so
mean-
I misunderstood that part. Okay, my bad. I misunderstood that. I take that back. I was wrong. All right.
I want it though because it just. I don't know. I don't think that it's more. I think it's gonna sell, I don't think it's going to sell anywhere close to the Wii. I do think it's going to sell a lot better than the Wii U, because I see a lot of people, more attracted to this than the Wii U. I just, if they charge over $20 for that online,
they will. I'm calling it now. They will.
I've seen. I agree with a lot of things people said in the comment section of the Switch video, and a lot of people do because they have like 200 upvotes, and it's this console is amazing, but paying for online is what kills it for me. And if online was free for me, I would pre-order it right now. But since you have to pay for it, it just, I don't know. It just makes me want to get. It doesn't make me want to get it. But depending on the price.
I think you'd be better off paying for one of the current gen consoles like an Xbox One or PS4. You get more out of it if you pay for the online there. I mean, look at the PS4 for God's sakes. There's so much shit on there.
He's got them. He's got those already.
Okay.
I have them. You got those already.
The thing is,
what do you think about the Pro Controller that they say you can get with it? Okay, for an extra $80 plus tax.
Oh. I get it. They want to push this new controller, and I get it that it's they call it something. I don't remember what they called it. I get
Pro Controller.
well, no. The two little thingies.
The joycons.
The joycons.
As long as they are comfortable, and they work how they're supposed to, like a normal controller.
HP, did you see the switches on there? Did you see some of the switches on there? How big are your hands? Let's put it that way.
I don't know how to measure my hands.
Okay. All right. Does a regular controller feel comfortable in your hands?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Take that and reduce it and make it a quarter of that. That's what it looked like, because this guy buried it in his hands and you couldn't see it. Okay, that's how small this thing is. One of the Joy-Cons. That's what it looked like to me from when I saw it.
I really want this thing. I do. There are a lot of things that make me want this thing. Like,
listen, I'm not gonna. If that's what you want, you go and get what you want.
No, here's the problem.
Nobody can do anything.
I don't want to pay for online because I don't even know if the online's going to be good or not. Or do you have to pay to link two switches together? Is that free?
Oh, I don't know, but here's just so you kind of, I don't know if you know this, but we talked about it earlier, but you're pay to play online. If you don't have a smartphone, you're not going to be able to use it because there's no headset jack in the Pro Controller or any controller at all whatsoever with it. You actually have to use the smartphone app and plug your headset into your smartphone and use that to talk.
I did hear that. Does the
here's the other thing that you may have missed, HP, which somebody brought up in the chat, and I was glad. I mean, not in chat, in the stream tonight. I mean, in the stream. God, I can't even talk. In the podcast tonight, and this is something you don't know. You know how we like to sometimes share our game clips and everything?
Yeah.
Well, with Nintendo, if you're not monetized, you cannot do it. They'll pull it down. If you are monetized, for their clips, you have to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. They realize is that why? I mean, I understand. I do understand.
He doesn't know what to
in
say.
A sense. I do understand in a sense. But you see how PlayStation handles that. And
they're getting free advertising. They love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
Their games are being. People are buying games based off of or a console based off what other people say, or a group of people.
Especially during live streams. Live streams are huge these days.
Yep.
Half of the reason I want to play Bloodborne right now is because I've seen live streams of it. I've seen the gameplay of it, and it looks so goddamn good.
It is good. I've done live. People have told me they're buying a game because of my live streams.
Mm-hmm. Same here. Same here.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't know why they would do that, because I know a lot of people who like go on YouTube and search up a game, and that's how they determine, you know, how to
Whether they're going to buy it or not.
buy it or not. I mean, this thing could be huge if they just pulled
And it could be
some
a
things
flop.
away.
And
Even
it could, you know what? It could be
if
good
they
in the
still
beginning.
charged for online, this thing
Mhm.
could be a hit. It could. I mean, I know a lot of people who are interested in this thing, who you know aren't gonna share things, but
All
they
right, I got a question
could.
for you. One of the games, because you keep saying they could have. One of the games they're doing at launch. Okay. Okay. What do you think about it? Arms.
So what the fuck is what's that?
Oh Lord, he doesn't know.
Oh, HP cursed. Oh my God. He said, "What the fuck?"
No,
Oh,
what is that?
Oh shit. It's the
Fred.
stupid retarded game.
Arma?
no arms.
Yeah.
Arms. Like your arms. You have two arms.
What
Right
do you
arm
do?
and left arm. Two arms.
Have to warn you, HP. If you play arms, your hand will get big.
What? Whoa!
Mhm.
What do you do?
Yeah, it's
You
like
got
a punching game, but your guys have like slinky arms, so you hold the Joy-Con controllers in both hands, and then you just start punching in the air.
Sounds
and
like
you
a-
got to keep using your arms and punch in the air, and you got to twist them.
I saw that. I saw that. That's not for me, but that's definitely for like the younger people, because I know a lot of people. You know, I've seen a lot of kids, you know, playing games and they're just jumping around while they're like playing GTA or whatever, and they're just moving a lot. So obviously, that's good, but not for me. And I think Nintendo is trying to target more of a mature audience, because you didn't really see any kids in their advertising.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do it with you're not gonna do it with the games that they, you know, like with games like Arms.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Look at that ice cube thing they did, simulating the fucking ice
Oh my
cube
God!
bouncing
What
around
is
the glass.
that?
Who cares? That's not what I want a console for. I want a console to play damn games.
Like, I get it. Like that's their like motion control type of thing.
No.
But seriously, come on. I want this thing to
Exactly.
do. I want this thing to do so good. I really do. But it only has
do want it to
5
do
launch
well, but-
games. 5 launch.
I want
games. Come
Nintendo to
on.
do well too, but they're not. They're taking a step forward and 3 steps back. I said this before you got here. They always take a
Exactly.
good step forward and then they hit you again, and then they hit you again, and you're like, okay, you just knocked me back 3 steps after you just gave me a step forward.
And my problem is that the FIFA game that's coming, it's a PS3 FIFA. The Steep that's coming, I have no clue what that is. I know what the game is. I don't know what version it is. But I heard that Skyrim runs at like 15 frames per second. It's like, why? I really want this thing to do good, and I really want this thing. So I'm not trying to trash it. If that's what you're thinking, I'm not.
No.
I want this.
None of us are.
They do it to themselves.
None of us are. That's what we were saying before you got here. I mean, we had the whole time. I mean, since we started the podcast, been nothing but Nintendo. We didn't even get to the other subjects yet. Okay. What we're saying is that we want them to be more appealing. They got to realize that the people that they put out a commercial appealing to adults, and then they went back to the kiddie stuff on the show they did. Okay, on the reveal. You know, they got to realize that the people who grew up on Nintendo are now adults playing games still.
Yeah.
So you got to appeal to both. You cannot appeal just to little kids. And you sent a mixed message more than once. I want Nintendo to do well. We all grew up on Nintendo. We want Nintendo to do well, but they need to do what's right by the consumer.
I know.
But not tell us what we want, listen to what we want, and then do it. if you want to stay afloat.
They could, if they took, okay, if they made the Switch with like its portability and stuff, but they just took some things from the consoles we have now, like party chat, not forcing monetization, and they put out more multiplats. And I mean, if they put more of the casual multiplats on this thing, honestly, this thing would be huge. But
one thing they're doing is they're asking you to pay for online, which is what we discussed. That's why I'm bringing it up again. But what games? All right, you're talking about Mario, Zelda, and a couple other games. These games you don't, and Skyrim, you don't play online with these games. So what are you paying for online for? That's what we were discussing.
Now,
why are you asking us to pay online?
Through online, can you connect it to your phone and use your phone as a?
You have to.
That's what you got to do.
That you have to.
The only way you can communicate is through your phone.
You better have a charger by you.
Whoa. So wait, you're telling me that in order to get Wi-Fi signal to my Switch, I have to use my phone?
No. The Switch will have a Wi-Fi, like it has no Ethernet port, so you have to use Wi-Fi to connect it. Now, if you like, say like you're at your house and I'm at my house, and me and you want to play Splatoon online. Well, me and you both have to plug a headset into our phone and load up the Nintendo Online app, and then be able to we'll use our phone's battery to talk to each other instead of just making a phone call. I mean, hell, I could have just called you at that point. I mean, but now instead of like using the plan that I already paid for with my phone and unlimited minutes and being able to call you and just play online if I'm going to use it anyway. Now I got to pay Nintendo just to push an app and be able to talk to you. That we can't use our controllers and stuff like that to plug into. We have to use our phone to communicate, which that means you're going to have like a constant, like your phone plugged in constantly in order to not, for it to not die.
What the fuck? So you're telling me that Nintendo is basically. Well, wait, I'm really upset about this. You're telling me that they're pushing narrative, I guess, to say that the reason that Sony, Microsoft, and now Nintendo also charge us for online is just pointless. Because
it's been for a long time, buddy.
It's completely pointless.
Why? I get why Xbox does it. They want money. I get why Sony does it, but why you, Nintendo? Because
they want money. I mean, it's the same reason, but they didn't put any effort into actually at least making you believe that you were getting a good deal. At least Sony and Nintendo kind of hid behind a bunch of free games and discounts.
You don't even get to use those free games either.
No,
but they take away that free game too.
Yeah, but Nintendo's like, you played it for a month. That's good enough, dude. Like, if you haven't beat it in that month, you don't really need it.
Oh, I did. HP hear about that? You hear about that? That the free game that you get after a month is gone.
Is it
take it away from you?
Oh God!
He said,
no. Why? It's like, is Nintendo trying to screw up? Because
it seems like it.
They could easily make this thing. They could easily make this thing a success, though. They could easily.
They can, but they're doing dumb shit with. That's what I said. They take one step forward, 2 steps back, or 3 steps back, so that one step they took forward don't mean shit. Yeah, that one step they took forward don't mean shit at this point.
Nope.
It really don't. It really don't. I'm sorry to say, but it really don't. It really, I was waiting for this conference for so long. I was like, please, Sony. Please, Nintendo, don't disappoint me. Please don't disappoint me again. Please don't do it, Nintendo. Don't. I said, give me some. And then I'm watching it, and I'm like, and it like we were talking about the commentator that was the translators.
It's
man, they want that was embarrassing for them. That's what made the show even worse.
Yeah, the commentator
Was the
said
people that they had.
the person interpreting seemed like that he would rather be like, I don't know, getting a root canal or something. Like he was like did not seem like he was having fun. He was just like, and if you press this button here, you can do this. And like, I wish they'd shut up so that way I can just play my Sony PlayStation.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, oh, you got the joycons and they do that. I'm like, oh my god.
There's got to be some subliminal message in there where the guy was like basically going, buy a PlayStation.
Buy Sony. Buy Sony.
Yeah, like the guy did not seem like happy at all that he had to even do this for Nintendo.
I don't know. Maybe he smoked too much weed or something, and he was so hot that he just couldn't. He falling asleep or something. I don't know.
It was
whatever
terrible.
it was.
What an embarrassment.
All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because I don't think there's much more we can say. We're all kind of disappointed. We wanted more from it. We didn't get what we wanted. Hopefully they change shit up if they get enough of the fanboys to actually speak up besides people like us, and they listen and say, hey, maybe we did something wrong. Maybe we need to change this. Let's see. But anyway, we're going to go. We got a couple more subjects. One of them is, which I discussed already, and you all know about this, Scalebound gets canceled. Now, I talked about this on the Greatness podcast with Iron Wolf. And what I didn't talk about was the fact that Phil Spencer and TIPpawgcast and all these other people were damage controlling this game being canceled.
Yep.
Like it was something good. In fact, it didn't surprise me to even see Crap Gamer tweet out something stupid once fucking again about Scalebound coughing a blow. Now, I didn't like Phil Spencer basically saying that he made the best decision for other people. That is anti-consumer.
Yeah, as if the Xbox, shows,
It just shows to show. No, it's okay. It just shows to show how out of touch he is with the Xbox division and the Xbox consumers and players. Okay, he listens to a handful of people. I think personally, Scalebound could have been a good game. Could have been something different. That I was actually looking forward to Scalebound. I honestly was. Now, what do we have? That leaves us with Sea of Thieves, which looks like absolute trash. Okay, Halo Wars 2, and eventually the Scorpio launch when it happens. Okay, Xbox, in my opinion, needs more to compete though, or they're gonna die.
They needed that
bad. Yeah, they did, and it's bad when Nintendo and Sony have more than the Xbox. Okay, I mean Nintendo Switch. Even the Switch had a little bit more than Xbox does. It launches and what's going on right now. Come on now.
Well, I'll go first. I'll go ahead, Princess. I'm sorry.
I'm almost done. All right. All right. Yeah, that was my thing. That was what I was ready to say. So my question is to you all: what do you think of Scalebound being canceled? Because I know personally, and unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight, which is Porter Rock, and I wanted to talk about it. He was pissed off about this shit. He was pissed off that they canceled Scalebound. I'm pissed off because that was one of the games out of all the games I was looking forward to that they were coming out with.
Yeah, that was about the only one I was going to be playing this year.
Exactly. So, what are y'all thoughts? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead. Let's let them speak, and then we'll go down the road.
Yeah, please let me get this off my chest real fast. I mean, really. Again, thanks for the invite again, because I really have to go in a little bit here. This was strike 3 for me for Microsoft this year, because I sold it. I sold my Xbox One S because strike 1, you lose Elite Dangerous to Sony. And Sony's going to get the Horizon DLC on there for free. This allows you to land on the planets. They're getting that. Strike 2, and to me, as a big Mass Effect fan, they get the shitty end deal, a 900p build of Mass Effect when Mass Effect started on their console. Okay, Mass Effect started on that console, but they let Sony come in and just slap them in the face and get the superior build.
Preach.
They get
Preach it.
and then
Well, they got the build because they got the superior build simply because they have a more powerful system.
but it doesn't matter. That's that you started this franchise. BioWare came to Microsoft in 2005
Right.
and asked them, "Hey, let us do this," because Microsoft had, they had Halo, they had a shooter, they didn't have an RPG type of shooter. And Strike 3 was Scalebound being canceled. I mean, if you buy a PlayStation Pro and you turn the box over, Mass Effect Andromeda is on the back of that box, not on yours. And that's so for me.
Boy, he's
Strike
preaching
3
tonight.
Strike 3, and then you have Phil Spencer coming out saying this is good. It's only good for Microsoft because they're pulling their money. Hey, they feel like they're not delivering. Meanwhile, Platinum Games drops a bomb with Nier Automata, and everybody in the Sony camp again gets what they want. So
I got a question. I got a question for you. Now, because you're on a rant, you're gonna preach. What would you do? And honestly, because Microsoft keeps dropping the ball, I hope it happens. What would you do if Sony picks up Scalebound?
They can't.
Finds a way to take it.
No way.
Scalebound is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, there's no way.
They own
may
it.
buy it out. They may buy it out.
That's what hurts. That's what hurts, though.
No, but if they want money, if Microsoft wants the money like they're trying to do and save money by canceling shit, doing this.
They're not selling an IP to
I was gonna
Sony.
say, they wouldn't do that.
They'd sell it to Steam before they sell it to Sony.
And that's what hurts the most is that this game we'll probably never see it ever again. And that's what hurts me.
You'll never see this game ever.
No.
well,
Unless Microsoft decides to get a Western developer to try to create it the way they want it to create it. So it'll be like it'll be a JRPG with a full Western spin.
The problem with that is, and I'm sorry, you go ahead, man. I don't mean to interrupt.
Well, I was just gonna finish up by saying it's as far as if somebody else picked it up, that's fine because it sounded like a really cool game. I didn't know there were people. I don't know how you damage control because as gamers, we all lose. We lost a pretty decent looking game. Of course, I know by how is it going to play, we don't know. But it's just, again, it was Strike 3 for me, and I had my Xbox One S for exactly 48 days, and it's gone.
Oh damn! 48 days and the Xbox Slim is gone. Oh my god!
It's gone because, and I keep hearing these things of, well, nobody's going to buy it. How do you know?
A lot of people bought an Xbox One just to get that game.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. I heard.
My question is they knew about this. Scalebound's Twitter quit tweeting in September.
Yeah.
So there was problems probably since around September. My question is this now puts it the fact that Microsoft probably knew problems were arising, or even possibly knew it was canceled, but allowed people to continue on throughout the holiday season buying Xbox One S's. With the thought that Scalebound was coming out in 2017, and then all of a sudden, after you bought them all, they say, "Oh, it's canceled."
Yeah,
but that right there really is fishy. So
yeah,
I was pissed. I mean, Porter Rock. I was madder than Porter Rock. It's just he's controlled enough to be able to. He was controlling his emotions, and I just couldn't. I just threw my hands up in the air and I'm going to the store. Here's this white piece of crap. You all can have it back. I'll just, and I got the Mass Effect. I got the $100 version of Mass Effect, and then I went to the titty bar and spent some money. That's exactly what I did with my Microsoft Xbox S. So
shit.
It's
glorious.
Disappointing. Very disappointed. And as a big Mass Effect fan, to sit up there and have somebody else come along and just smack that out of your hands and score a touchdown with it. And then they're running around. You're all right. You're right, Princess, about the damage control because they're like, well, it's coming to EA Access first, and we get to play it for 8 to 10 hours. I'm like, well, big friggin' deal. Mm-hmm. Who cares? If the game's going to be 50 to 60 hours long, big deal. You play for 5 to 10 hours. Go have fun in 900p. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. I'm done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think that as bad as Xbox has been recently, or I should say what set this launch, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could have been a good game for them to have, an original IP of some sort. It was made by a really good developer. I don't know if you guys know who the developers are, but they are very, very good developers. All their games are always so fun and creative, and the fact that they just what I'm hearing, and I can't confirm this, but I'm hearing reports that they just couldn't get it really playable, like good frame rate, all that stuff on the Xbox One, which is understandable. Games happen like that, but the fact that nobody's gonna be able to play this basically is it's horrible. Like, I saw little bits and pieces of the game. I didn't really know much about it, but I said to myself, this is a game that I would be interested in playing. And now that I know that there's no possible way for me to play it, it's a sad day to be a gamer. Doesn't matter what platform you're on. The fact that somebody cannot play a video game, that breaks my heart. I hate that. I hate when a game is either thrown away. Yeah.
When they take away games, you know what? Don't take it away. Even if you have to delay it.
Well, no. Here's another.
Give it to Sony, for God's sakes.
Here's another kicker. Here's another kicker: is that Xbox One has early access. So if the game is having problems, but yet still needs a little bit of funding, but if they could have actually, instead of canceling it, loaded it up on early access, allowed people to buy it at a discounted rate, which would at least give Microsoft some return on the game, and also allowed some more money to be pumped into it, so that way they could actually finish it
or patch it, whatever they got to do.
Do something.
So I mean, at least they just gave up on it altogether. Like, just said screw it, even though they had a bunch of evidence they could have done.
But when I feel like they're giving up on us as consumers and gamers, and that's what hurts the most. Because I'm a gamer at heart. I play on almost every platform. The only one I don't play on, is PC. I mean, I back a while ago, I did play some of the real old games on PC, but I'm more of a console player. But I know a lot of people, we got people right here in this podcast, and I know a lot of people who I'm friends with and I talk to that play on PC. Okay, I have no issue with that, because you know why? Because they talk about games, and they're gamers at heart. So it don't matter to me what platform you play on, as long as you're playing games and talk about games, we're cool. We're cool. And that's what bothers me, is that if you can't put it one place, put it somewhere else, or even delay it, because nobody on any platform cares if a game is delayed. You patched up how many other games? So then, just like you guys just said, give it a patch.
Give us something. Money out.
Exactly. Give us games.
You need it. Xbox desperately needs games.
Yeah, because I mean, Halo Wars, you got that coming in here soon, and then you got nothing until holiday. But the holiday, you have Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, which basically, from what I've heard, is Sea of Thieves is going to be a free-to-play game.
Sorry.
From what I heard, it'll be a free-to-play game with microtransactions.
Oh, free-to-game play with microtransactions. Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be
because they know why it's free to play with microtransactions, because they know it's not a good game.
Well, no, it's going to be like really big with the Twitch streamers, but that's about it. I mean, it's not going to be one that I'm like. It's going to be not going to be like a huge hit. Like, oh, we got to have a Sea of Thieves too. They're going to be like, yeah.
What do you mean microtransactions?
Well, you know how like free to play games have like those things where you can like buy little packs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, from what I heard, it's going to be like that, where like it's a free to play game, and it's going to have like those little packs you can buy, like to increase your thing.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's pathetic, man.
That's what I've heard. I don't know for a fact, but I mean that's what I've heard through the sources and stuff.
Well, if it's free to play, I wouldn't be shocked if they did that at all. Not at all, man.
But that's what, if you look at it, I don't know if y'all know who Rand L. Thor is.
Yeah.
He's actually the guy with the million gamer score. He's like a really big Xbox guy, but I like him because he actually keeps it real. But he said that from his sources that Gears of War 4 completely underperformed, and the only way that it's actually surviving is through Gears packs. Those little online Gears packs that people are spending real cash on. So I mean that seems to be the model that Microsoft is going.
Sounds like another franchise on the Xbox. Hint.
Yeah, but see that's the thing. They screwed up. They didn't do what they should have with that game. Okay,
No, but
they really
it looks
shouldn't
like,
have.
it looks like they're going. I mean, but it looks like this is what they're going towards is a microtransaction type, a mobile type market for the Xbox. So to me, it seems like they're trying to build a Steam machine.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Pathetic,
Well,
man.
I can confirm that Gears did underperform. It didn't
Yes.
flop. It did underperform.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, you're. I want to say who just said it was going to be like a Steam machine. You're like the third person that has said that this week, honestly, and I'm really thinking that may have some legs because I don't understand why I have this Xbox One S, and if somebody, I'm so tired of people talking about the Scorpion that I made a drinking game out of it. Every time there's a podcast,
You would be drunk, man.
I'm taking a shot. Because I mean, they're talking about something that, as far as I know,
Then
is
you must
not.
be drunk all the time.
You're gonna be hospitalized.
But I don't understand why. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say HP. Join the conversation. You ain't saying nothing.
Well,
He's probably in shock.
well,
There's
no,
no reason.
I can easily see it. Down.
He'll
if
tell you
my-
what to do with the slim. He'll tell you what to do with the slim. HP, what to do with the slim. He's got the Hulk down. He'll smash. His one console didn't work, and he just pounded the shit out of it. He smashed the shit out of
So-
his console.
I did, and
That's why we call
it.
HP stands for the
deserved it.
Hulk pound.
But I can if Microsoft continues going down this road, I can see Xbox moving down to a more of what Nintendo is now, or I can see it turning into something like a Steam machine. Look at it this way: it's running Windows 10. It's no longer an Xbox store; it's a Windows store. They're
Why do you
no
think so much
longer.
comes to the PC?
They're no.
Why do you think I'm so hyped?
It's no longer Xbox
You need to
One.
stop.
It's now Xbox and Windows. It's just such a smack in the face from Microsoft because you see what the PC people are getting. They're basically getting an Xbox One.
We're getting
and-
better performance though. That's the thing too. We
Look at
play
it this way:
all this other shit.
the only thing exclusive to the Xbox One
gonna
is
keep saying that?
paying for
I'm gonna
Xbox
get you. I'm gonna
Live.
stop with you.
Which is something else they've been saying this week is that exclusive games don't matter. I've literally heard this
oh
in
my
Oh.
God!
Oh Lord.
Every console. Listen, every console needs their exclusives as well as their third parties. They need both.
I agree,
They're
Prince.
wasting
That's
what-
what keeps consoles going.
But what they think's going to happen is that because they showed their hand this week because Scalebound that hurt them too. They've been hurt. PSX hurt them, but Scalebound was like my pet rock hitting them in the face.
He talking about his pet rocket.
Yeah, they literally believe. I heard three of them say this. So they'll remain nameless. They said that the multi-plat games are going to run and look better on Scorpion. So there's going to be a herd of people come running back
No,
and
no,
buy the
no.
Scorpion. This
No.
is what they
Okay.
believe.
I know, but this is what they believe. But I've tried showing them. First of all, I have like about the same amount of games on my digital games on my Xbox One as I do my PS4. So I have about 300 on each of them. But the thing is,
You
is
like me. You like
But,
me. Yeah.
but we're just gonna say that people. There's a ton of people that bought a PS4 that did not buy an Xbox One because of the better looking multi-plats and all that stuff like that. So we're gonna say those people exist. So those people have gone 4 years now buying games, like building up their library. Not a single one of them is gonna walk away from spending all that money just so that they can go back to Xbox to have a better looking future multi-plats. Like that's
No.
like you're talking about
Yeah, I
walking away
agree.
from hundreds of dollars that you've spent on games just so you can go back to Xbox to have better looking multi-plats. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Put it
You
this
know,
way, I'm not leaving any of my consoles unless they don't give me what I want. I'm a gamer at heart. I love to have multiple platforms because I like the diversity that I get, like when it comes to exclusives and things of that nature. So I like that. And I won't leave unless you don't give me what I want as a gamer. Don't try to play in my pocket. Bitch, that's my money. I'll call you out immediately.
Well, I mean,
You ain't telling me how to spend my money and where to play at. If I find games, I don't care if it's Nintendo. Like, for example, if Xbox people get mad. Well, I don't care if I play it on a Nintendo or even PlayStation, if that's where the games are. I don't care if Nintendo gets mad if I play on Xbox and PlayStation if they don't have the games. I don't care if PlayStation gets mad if I'm on, Xbox and Nintendo, if whatever.
I'll be right back.
Bring me the games. Okay. Bring me the games and I'll play on all the platforms. I don't care. I'll support all y'all.
No,
Don't try to play in my pocket.
You get these people who. What's the point in trying to defend Microsoft anymore? I mean, honestly, to all you Xbox fans, what's the point? Because they're doing literally everything to make you not defend them. Because
and they're not
honestly,
listening to us right now. They're not.
Phil Spencer needs to be replaced. And I said that. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think Don Matrick, who cared about the console, was better.
I honestly think that Microsoft brought Phil Spencer in to be a hatchet man.
Well, he's doing that.
Yes.
He was brought in to clean house.
Oh, that's a good name for him.
He was brought in to clean house.
Pack up the No, but he lost that title because HP knows how to do it better. He just does the Hulk pound. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, hire me. I'll definitely do that for you. Gladly.
Well, that's the whole reason I think they brought him in, is to clean house, to get rid of like the stuff they've been wanting to fire for a while. But
so sad.
I got a question for you. Why would they do that?
Because
when the 360 did so when the 360 did so well, everybody loved the 360. It had diversity, it had everything.
Well, look
that. People won't even leave the 360 because it had so much. Look
who was in charge of
Microsoft.
Like the Microsoft at the time whenever 360 was around, okay? But then that switched to that Satya whatever, and he's completely changed the whole outlook at Microsoft altogether. So not just the Xbox brand, but Microsoft as well. I mean, they quit making. You can't go to the store and buy like Microsoft Word and bring it home and install it. You only can get Microsoft Word and Excel through a service. Like you have to pay $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, he's turning Microsoft into that, and I think that he is actually a big part of the reason why Xbox is doing what they're doing right now, is because he's going to turn Xbox into a service only type thing.
I got an idea. We need to do an online petition. And I know that he does his own thing, but he gave him the money to open open the Xbox brand, right? And he runs Microsoft in general. Let's all send a petition to Bill Gates, tell him what he's doing to us gamers.
Well, no, it's not Bill Gates anymore. It's this person, Satya Nadella. Who knows what his name is?
Yeah, he runs it, but the owner of the company is still Bill Gates.
No, he's not.
Not anymore. He retired.
Yeah,
That's
Bill Gates is on the board, though. He is on the board.
He's on the board.
He's on the board of directors.
He may have retired from doing certain things because he's old, but he still owns the company. That's his company. We need to send a petition to him saying, the people you have, no offense, we love you, Bill. You did a lot of good shit for us. And you gave them the money to do a lot of good shit for us when it comes to computers, gaming, and everything else. But they're fucking up.
It's like, honestly, if worse comes to worse, then Microsoft
You're laughing, but you know I'm right.
If Microsoft kills Xbox, there's not going to be that much of a shift, because what are they bringing? Because you say,
their stuff's going to come over here on my side.
No, but look, people say, PlayStation needs competition. But you look at Steam. Look at Steam. What competition does Steam have?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Origin.
Origin is Nintendo.
I have to stop you there, because Steam isn't about competition. Steam is a completely open market. There's no competition
I love
needed.
it so much.
Like everybody, like the competition is within each developer that puts their game on there. Like each developer has to compete with the next developer, not a company versus company. So when if Microsoft was to go, now mind you, look at what Sony did at the launch of PS3. Imagine that being the only thing that you can buy, because that's exactly what would happen if Microsoft left. Sony would have no inclination, no pressure to bring you the games they're bringing to you now.
But now they do. They do because people can leave and go to PC. No, people can leave and go to PC.
Okay, well, wait. The fact that the consoles have never looked to the PC as an actual competition. Like they're competing with each other. They've never put the PC in any form of competition within like my numbers and compared to the PC numbers.
Exactly.
No, I'm not saying that like that's the thing. That's just that Sony or Microsoft doesn't look at PC as a competition.
Mm-hmm.
They would lose every single time. They would never be able to compete.
Oh yeah.
So they're competing within each other because they're like items. So if you take say Microsoft and boil them down to like a Nintendo and leave Sony as the reigning king, like there's no competition for them at all. Sony could literally do whatever the hell they want, and the only thing you have to do is suck it up and pay for it.
I got a question.
That is terrible idea to leave Sony alone or Microsoft alone in this business.
Exactly.
Well, that's not what I want. Obviously.
Before you continue, I got a question. Did I just hear some fanboyism come out about the PC on my podcast? Listen, you know I love y'all, but you need to stop that shit now.
What would be the fanboy part of it?
Well, I'm going to cyber whoop your butts. Are you ready? Cyber whooping. Y'all getting a cyber whooping when we're done.
But hey, Princess, to your point earlier about the about the Xbox, what happened at Microsoft was it wasn't their fault. They built a machine and they did not anticipate how fast smart television was going to come down in price. Sony, because they make those smart TVs, they already knew that, so they anticipated that. So it gave them a leg up. Sony had a further jump to make because they already had a Blu-ray in their PlayStation 3. Microsoft had to put a Blu-ray in their Xbox. And not only that, it's just like, look at this year with the everybody gets caught up in NPD and stuff like that. But what they didn't pay attention to was the UHD TV sales and the UHD movie sales. They aren't moving anywhere. So when Sony did their PlayStation Pro, they already had a projection that the UHD TVs and that market was not going to grow, and it didn't. And there were a ton of sales.
All right, I got a question. Maybe you brought up something, so I'm gonna open it up a little bit because we got one more subject left, but I'm gonna open this up and add another subject in there. You brought up about oh shit! I just lost my train of thought. God damn it! See, you keep going and you make me lose my train of thought. You do this to me every time. Oh shit! What was I just gonna say?
Blu-ray or UHD?
Oh, about the Blu-ray players. The Blu-ray players. If you're a gamer, what do you care about a Blu-ray player to play movies in?
Well,
people still use that.
I get that. I get the thought process behind being a gamer and stuff like that. But I can just look at the reason why PS3 sold as well as it did. It was the cheapest Blu-ray player on the market. Tons of people bought that.
Not to mention,
Tons of people bought
the
PlayStation 3 just because of the Blu-ray. Now, as far
Blu-ray was really coming out as something big back then too.
Now, as far as the UHD player, the reason why Sony did not include one in their PlayStation 4 was because of the fact that they are actually releasing their own standalone UHD player. So they would have been competing with themselves.
Yeah.
One in their PlayStation 4 was because of the fact that
that's what Microsoft needs to get up on what's going on with other companies, because they're doing stuff ass backwards.
In the PlayStation 4 was because of the fact that
that's what Microsoft. Wait a minute. His mic is a little messed up over there. What's going on, your mic?
Hello, mic check.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
No, your mic is messed up over there.
Yeah.
No. Do a mic check and come back with us.
Who that?
Let's put her up.
Oh, my mic's messed
No,
up.
Oh no, you're
mic-
in there. I can hear you now. But I'm saying I just saw you in here. But
Well, who was
I don't
in?
know-
Who
I don't know
just
whose
came in?
mic was doing that.
It's Porter Rock.
I don't know.
Hey, sorry I'm so late. I just came off of work.
Oh shit! Waterrock wants to come in after we did the Nintendo Switch shit. Now we're talking about Scalebound being canceled. What's going on, with Micro? Now I know you have something to say about Scalebound being canceled, so you open your goddamn mouth, Waterrock.
What's up, Princess? Hey, what's going on? Hey, sorry everybody. But
You are before you start talking. You're late. You gotta introduce yourself. Come on now.
goddamn,
You're way late.
Where's my sound effect? Oh wait, hold on. Before you know we gotta do this right? You know this shit's gonna be done. Give me hold on.
I'm mad because you weren't here to do sound effects the whole time. We had a lot of claps going on here.
I know, man. I know. I'm sorry. I'll make it up. But you know how we're gonna start out with? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's my sound effect right there. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Porter Rock 77, host of the 60 Frames No Lag podcast. It's good to be here. Anytime I'm able to do this podcast, you know I'm down. I just want to apologize for to everybody for being late and stuff like that. But life happens and all that stuff.
Nah,
Anyways,
it's all right. It's all right. I told him you'd probably be late.
Yes, so what is it? So what do you want me to talk about?
Scalebound being canceled.
All right. So I mean, it's not something I haven't said before, but just simply put, and this is the same. This is the one thing I want everybody to understand. There's a difference between a first party console manufacturer canceling a game and a third party. It's two different standards. That's just my opinion. For instance, if Square Enix, Activision, or EA cancels a game, then that everybody looks at it as that's an IP the company don't make. But when Sony, or Microsoft or Nintendo cancels a game, it's not just Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo cancel a game. It's that console lost the game. It's the PlayStation 4 lost the game. The Xbox One lost the game, or the Wii U or the Switch lost the game. The ultimately, the manufacturers are responsible to make that console successful. It's not EA. EA could give a shit if a PS4 or an Xbox One is successful. As long as they make their money, they don't give a shit about how many console unit sales is whatever.
Exactly.
As long as they make their games and they sell, Sony could be junk bond status for the next 30 years. EA doesn't care. It's not their console. It's not their business, So the console manufacturer has to take some L's in order to make sure their console is successful. For me, let's take the recent Cambridge, Gorilla Cambridge studio closing down, right? But notice Sony still made sure that they released that Riggs Mechanized Assault game. And that's not the first time Sony did that. Look at Dry Club, the studio that they closed down. But they made sure Dry Club came out, the content came out, then they closed the studio. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Sony does it. Release the game, put it on the platform, and we're not going to give you no more projects because, for whatever reason. But they make sure the game comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not going to push out games, then who is? You know what I'm saying? They're responsible for their own console. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft should have brute force whatever issues that was going on, get the game out, and then cut all ties with Platinum Games. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the limelight was on Microsoft. The limelight for JRPGs was on them. All they did was reinforce the narrative that there's no JRPG or Japanese support on the platform. You know what I'm saying? That's all they did. They made it worse for themselves. That would have been the last game I canceled, simply because I'm trying, if I was Phil Spencer, keep trying to improve the reputation of the Xbox platform as best they can. He just made it worse canceling that game. That's all he ended up doing.
That's what everybody was looking forward to.
Yes. And then think about this. The game Scalebound was primed for success because we ended off the year with Final Fantasy 15 getting good praises, not just from the media and reviews, but from the gamers on both platforms. PS4 gamers and Xbox gamers both were saying, hey, man, this is a fucking great game. So you got a JRPG that was already, all the gamers was looking at it. You had Zaire making a review over the game. So there was a lot of positivity on that JRPG. Microsoft was already on the spotlight for lack of JRPGs. So whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, it is still publicity. People were talking about Xbox. Granted, in a negative way, but they were still talking about it. If Phil would have made sure that game came out, they would have looked good in that respect. You understand what I'm saying?
I think so too. Just so
Another
you know,
thing-
your mic's going in and out.
My mic's going in and out. Sorry about that.
You sound like you're strong, and then you like far away, and then strong again.
Another thing I like to point out. A lot of people are saying, well, Microsoft's going through development problems, whatever. Chances are Sony's going through the same thing. That's why they go through a lot of delays. The difference is Sony ensures the game's going to come out. Come hell or high water, that game is coming out. You understand what I'm saying? They may delay it a year. It's coming.
But it's coming.
Because they understand. And I think it's because I don't think the Xbox division truly has the people that understands to make the console the most competitive that it could possibly be. Sony still has the same people that goes back to the PlayStation 1, and they know how to make 100 million selling console.
Okay, but
that's why I said they need to get rid of some people and maybe bring some old people back that know how to sell a console and get games for the console.
Okay, here's a thought process for you, because somebody else put this into my mind, and I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. Is that Sony? The only way Sony stays a company is if PlayStation 4 succeeds right now. Like they're like to be one of the Fortune 500 companies or the bigger companies, like the PlayStation, they depend on PlayStation. Microsoft doesn't depend on Xbox. Xbox could go away, and Microsoft is still going to be one of the richest companies in America. So So Sony is has more incentive to see projects through, to make sure that they get released, to give the gamers what they want, because if they don't succeed, they go away.
But wouldn't you think that these
Microsoft
people who are in charge of Microsoft? All right, but one question: wouldn't you think that people like Phil Spencer and those people who are, Aaron and all those other people, would you want to job? Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I think Spencer actually has a job regardless. Like I said, I think he's
But does he not care about the other people that work with him if they have a job?
Well, if you look at it, if he's truly a hatchet man, and his job is to cut loose weight or weight or whatever, then look at if people end up losing their job, well, that's just more money that they've saved.
Well, to me, that's pretty messed up.
But that's if
you take a job as a hatchet person and put other people out of work, that have families, have children like you do, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though. That's what companies do.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit.
Not for a while.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Rambo. That they. And I said this a couple of times. I don't think Xbox is on, I don't think it's even the top 3 priorities in that company.
No, I don't think.
I think Microsoft. I don't think it's even top 4 or 5. I think the top, obviously, Windows operating system will always be number 1. The Windows servers and stuff will be number 2. Azure's cloud service, that's top priority. And I think even Surface tablet is a higher priority than Xbox at this point.
Yeah, that tablet is nice.
Yeah. But I will say this, though. A winning formula is a winning formula. So if Microsoft wants Xbox division to be successful, they have to use the winning formula of what makes a console successful. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't use the right tactics to make the console, then it's going to be doomed to not be as competitive as it can be, because you're not doing the things that make a console competitive. For an example, advertisement. You want your games to sell?
Yeah, the advertisement is terrible.
You gotta advertise it. That's not even a guess. That's a fact. You want people to
their advertisement for all these new IPs have been terrible.
If you want people to buy Sunset Overdrive, 25 million gamers need to know that it exists. They need to see it.
Yeah.
And that was a good game, and they didn't do shit for it, and it sold like shit.
You see what I'm saying? That's the point. You want games to sell. They have to know about it. See, the reason why at this point games like Gears and Forza and Halo sell is because everybody knows about it. You don't need to really advertise those games, because it's like it's there. We all know about it. Instead, it's like Gran Turismo. We know. You don't even need to show a commercial. Everybody knows that it's there. You know what I'm saying? But new IPs, especially if you want to treat it as blockbuster IPs, you have to treat it that way. You have to treat it like a rock star. You understand?
Oh yeah.
You know, you have to advertise it. You have to go through multiple mediums. You know what I'm saying? People still get their info from TV. You know, a lot of people watch The Flash, Arrow, and all this. All of a sudden, a commercial. Hey, look, we got Sunset Overdrive. Oh shit, I didn't know about that game, but now I do. I'm gonna go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You don't advertise. You don't tell people the product ahead of time. It's not going to sell. The hardcore doesn't sell. You see, when a game sells, like, let's say like Halo, you know, like back in Halo 3, and it sold like 13, 14 million. It wasn't 13, 14 million hardcore shooter fans that bought it. It was casuals that bought Halo.
Oh yeah.
Majority
They
of
were
Halo
putting those commercials on during the fucking Super Bowl and shit.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
They were all over the place.
Call of
And
Duty.
that was big
I
news
actually
too.
said
Oh,
that
yeah.
I said this well over a year ago. That Microsoft needs to do something around the Super Bowl to get their name out, and they never did it. I told Phil
Oh,
Spencer that
they do
personally.
that.
They, they need to do stuff all the time. They don't do anything.
Not like PlayStation will do it. Not
This
like
goes-
PlayStation will do it. No.
Now, see, let me tell you this way. Over the last 3 months, Sony has produced 3 different games commercials that aired on TV. The most recent one is what's coming out in 2017. I have yet to see a sizzle video of games on Microsoft, I think, in almost a year.
Sure.
Yeah.
That game
They can do a video on. They can do a video, Polo Rock, on cancellations. You know,
Like,
scale.
Yeah, exactly.
The only video that pops into my head is that Xbox One, you know, the console commercial, and the first thing they mention, if you refresh yourself with the video, the first thing they bring out is the 4K movie player. On a gaming console commercial, that is the first thing they want to show and tell gamers. That, hey, the only console that does 4K UHD movies, 4K video streaming, and then
I
they
don't care
start
about
mentioning.
movies.
You know what I said? That's bananas.
Well, their commercial. Their
That is
commercial.
crazy.
One of their commercials was actually like their ad like on Twitter or whatever. Like it ended like buy an Xbox One this holiday season, but it had like Deadpool 4K movie on top of it. No games around it, but just a Deadpool 4K movie.
And here's what blows my mind: is like it's not this hard. Sony went through this bullshit last gen with the PS3. This is one of my reasons I think Sony didn't put a Blu-ray player. Some people may say I'm just being a pony damage control, but I think that Blu-ray fucked PS3 so hard. Sony wants nothing to do with movie formats on their console ever again. They don't want.
They're actually doing their separate one on their own.
Yeah, they're doing it.
They're not going to compete with the console.
They don't want. Yeah, because a lot says there are people that bought the PS3 strictly because it was the best and cheapest Blu-ray player.
Yep.
But there is a problem with that. The problem is they don't buy.
That's why they broke it up.
They don't buy
They
games.
broke it up.
It was just a console.
But they broke it up.
Yeah. It was just a console. It wasn't even a console. It was a movie player. That doesn't help Sony. That doesn't help the PlayStation division. EA
But
doesn't
that's
give a
why they
shit.
did. That's why they learned from their mistake and they broke it up.
They don't want. They
That's
do
why
not-
Sony's doing so good right now. They learn from their mistakes.
People are saying that in November and December, you know, Sony only outsold Xbox by 100K, so it doesn't mean nothing. Yes, it does mean something.
That's a shit ton of consoles.
And even if it's only 10,000, let's say it's only 10,000, a small
That's
margin.
10,000 more though.
No,
You know?
but, okay, let's say it's only one. Let's say that, just one, right? But every single PS4 that was sold was for gaming because there's no other reason to buy a PS4.
Exactly.
You cannot guarantee that every Xbox One sold was for gaming. A lot of those consoles was bought strictly for its 4K movie player, and that's all it's going to do. That doesn't help game sales at all. People who bought that
That's what
console
brings-
for movies, they're not helping the industry, and they're certainly as hell not helping Microsoft. Sure, you can have bragging rights for NPD, but when the game sales don't reflect, when you look at the top 10 and every game on that list, PS4 is the leading platform for sales, that tells you where the gamers are buying games and playing the games at. You know what I'm saying?
But that brings me into my next topic, which we're going to discuss. The PlayStation 4 wins NPD. Are you all surprised? No.
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 Who would be surprised?
I'm not.
besides,
Hell
you know
no.
who?
Because you just said it, Port Rock. They took out the Blu-ray player for the movie shit, and now they're still winning with games and with consoles because people aren't buying it to play movies on it because there ain't no cheap player. Ain't no cheap movie player. So you led me into the next topic.
Like that segue,
which was
right?
that.
We linked. Great minds think alike.
You had the perfect segue. You took it. You took it and ran with it. So what do y'all think about that? About PlayStation winning the NPDs again?
Oh, it's not surprising.
Nobody's gonna be
you guys
shocked
surprised?
besides fanboys.
I call that shit during
Wait a minute, we're gonna get some damage control for that. We're gonna get some damage control for that. Oh, the radar's up. Oh, who is it? Who's gonna start first? Phil. TIPpawgcast. Crap Gamer. I keep on going if you want me to.
Yo, I call that. I call that shit on multiplayer podcast. You know, because we were all talking about that, and I told Zaya, I'll bet anybody that Sony's gonna win NPD in November, December. And they asked me when. I told them this: the reason why Xbox is beating out PS4 during those couple of months was because one, people were waiting for the Slim to get cheaper because at 300 people didn't really want it, but they knew it was going to be 250 in November. And then number two, there are many PS gamers that were waiting for the Pro. So you obviously can't buy a Pro in September and October. So obviously, you know, PS4 sales dropped because people were waiting for the November, December push. They were waiting for Slim to get cheaper. They were waiting for the Pro. And that's exactly what happened. The Slim dropped to 250 and the Pro came out. So now at that point, anybody who wanted a PS4 for whatever reason, whether it's because they wanted the cheaper Slim or the Pro, they now had the ability to get it. And hence, November and December NPD. I don't think Xbox is going to win an NPD until maybe Scorpio. And that's if Scorpio comes out at $400. At $500, that shit ain't selling high. I don't care what anybody says. People can talk about 4K, Super Res tech.
I still don't think $500. But I still don't think Scorpio is going to win NPD. I don't think they can do it. What game? Mm-hmm. You haven't talked about one fucking game that's coming out on that console.
I thought
you talk about the console and the specs of it and the hardware and what it can do. You didn't talk about games.
Well, they got a game coming out called 6 teraflops. I don't think that's all I keep hearing.
Oh shit!
That's harsh. It's fucking harsh.
HP, what do you think about the NPD? HP hasn't said nothing. He's been quiet.
And I told you.
Honestly, I don't.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. And Xbox needs to just start over. You know, stop with what iterative console gen. Make a new box. Change the name. If Xbox Scorpio has the name Xbox One in it, it's dead. Nobody likes that name. Move on. You know, when people think of the PS3, they don't exactly think of, you know, the best console ever. But when they think of the PS4, they do. It's the name. You can keep the UI, you can keep everything, but change the name. Yeah. Just change the name, and just maybe you'll win 1, 2, maybe 3.
Wait. They did change it to Scorpio, but they have no games except, like he said, 6 teraflops. That's the only game they got. 6 teraflops.
That's the thing. You know, play anywhere. It kills the console, honestly. It does. You know, whether you're a console gamer or not, PC players don't need to own the box anymore. It makes the console optional, and when the console is optional, that's not a good thing.
That's why I'm just waiting for all these games to come to the Windows Store so I can just play them here.
Like before, back in the 360 days, PC players that wanted to play Halo or Gears or whatever,
I had to buy it. Yeah,
they bought a 360.
And you know it was worth it back then, but now it's not really worth it. You know,
if you ask a ton of PC players right now, like what consoles they own, it's going to be a PlayStation 4. And the only reason they own one is because
you don't need to own an Xbox One anymore, and that
PlayStation 4 games are only on PlayStation 4.
You know, that's the point I've been trying to.
Hey, you guys who are PC people in here,
I'm a PC guy.
Even HP wants to build a PC and have his own PC to play other games on.
Well, look at it this way. I have an optional console right now, or technically I had, but I kind of do, kind of don't. I have an optional console in my house. It's being used for Netflix. Keep in
Sorry.
mind, this is an Xbox One S that I just bought in early December.
After he Hulk pound his last Xbox
Smash.
and broke the shit out of
Yeah.
it. Hulk smash.
But you have a problem when I'm a hardcore console gamer. I'm never gonna switch to PC full on. You know, I might get into it, but I'm never going to completely move over.
What was your words though? You wanted to learn the experience of all gaming,
Yeah, I want to expand. You know, I want
which
to play
I think is cool.
games that I can.
Yes, which I
But-
think it's cool. Yes.
When you have a box that is basically a PC but is more restrictive, and it's kind of around the same price, including Xbox Live, for like 2 to 3 years, it's pretty much the same price.
Yeah.
It's
At least with
why
PC,
would
the
you do
reason
that?
I play on PC though is because I get a better frame rate. I can play it at 4K without having to buy an extra box. I have a ton of options, and and I don't have to pay for online. That's the major reason I don't do this, because I hate the idea that you have to pay them an extra amount of money on top of everything else you had to pay for, the games, the console, any accessories
Exactly.
that you might have to get. I pay my online bill. Why should I have to pay you for the option to play online? You don't use that money for the services. That has been proven multiple times. You can't keep the damn things up, worth a fuck, because half of the time these pieces of shit DDoS and motherfuckers over there, take that shit down. So why should I get it? I don't have a reason to. Your frame rates are terrible. It's overpriced. There's no real reason, and you can't even do 1080p 60 FPS properly.
Anybody who says that Play Anywhere isn't the death of the console, they are just a fanboy that is in denial. Because imagine if Sony put everything, all their exclusives, on PC.
Well, their sales would be probably a third or a fourth of what
Sony would be dead.
Yeah, I will go full blown PC, because that one platform will be able to play Xbox games.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because
yeah, wait a minute. If you're
we
saying
live in a time that we don't want to have all these devices. We want a device that can do
Everything.
everything. That's what we want. We don't want to have to carry around all these devices. We want one device that can do everything.
if my PC could play PlayStation 4 exclusives and Xbox One exclusives, there would be no console in my house.
There will be no point.
And honestly,
Exactly.
this upsets me that Microsoft is moving this way, because I don't want console gaming to die. Honestly, I don't think it's going to. But if for some reason, somehow,
They ain't helping anything any.
they're not. They're really not. And Larry Herb said himself, Xbox is no longer just a console. It's also into PC.
It's a family of devices.
Yeah, and that's not as a console gamer who's been a console gamer all his life. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you're a console. I don't want to hear that you're some mishy-mashy thing. I want a console. I bought a
Why
console.
buy a
That's
console
what I
for anything
want.
other than playing games? I mean, that's what drives me crazy. Why buy for watching? No, you should buy for fucking playing video games.
Exactly. That's what I do.
You want to watch
That's why
movies
I
in a
got
Blu-ray
it.
player. You want to
Exactly.
If
I
you
didn't
want,
buy
if
it
you
for
want,
TV. I
if you
didn't
want
buy
to
it for
spend
any of
it on
this.
wanna watch
I bought it for games.
If you want to
And
watch
now-
YouTube, get a fucking laptop.
get a phone for God's sake, something.
Now the
Oh,
games
phone
aren't
even.
aren't
Phones can do that
exclusives.
perfectly. I know a dude who does amazing stuff with his YouTube channel. He does it all on his phone. So there
Wow.
you go.
Here's something that
Well, listen, guys, we're gonna move on to the last subject only because it's getting late and we've actually gone way over. But I promised this when we started, because we got some PC people here. I unfortunately did not have a chance to look up and find any PC news that's going on. And I told you guys that, and you guys said you had some shit that you want to talk about. So I want you to talk about any PC news before we end the podcast. Any PC news that is going on right now that you would like to tell the gamers, PC gamers or just gamers in general that actually listen and care about gaming. We'll put it that way. And not bashers. Talk about what you got to say, anything that's new in PC gaming that I may have missed. I'm trying to keep on top of it, but I miss some stuff sometimes.
Well, I mean, I don't know of any
So-
like actual PC news per se, but I do know that there's some. If you do play on PC, you can head over to Origin and get Mass Effect 2 for free.
Well, that's
great
news.
game.
That's news.
Yeah, if you go to Humble Bundle,
Right, I know, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
One
ahead.
good place for PC gamers to get games is Humble Bundle. And the good thing about Humble Bundle is like it lets you pay kind of what you want, but also all the money you pay goes. It doesn't go to the developers. It doesn't go anywhere. It goes straight to a charity of your choice. So right now they're
that's
actually doing it. They're doing an
That's
Assassin's
actually
Creed.
nice.
Yeah, they're
And they
doing Assassin's
update
Creed
it all the
bundle.
time with new games.
Yeah,
all
they're
the
doing
time.
Assassin's Creed bundle right now, where if you want like you can just choose if you want Chronicles, all the Chronicles that you get, or if you want to get all the way up to Unity and everything like that. You can get all the way up to there for like $15.
But you know what? That's cool that they donate it to a charity of your choice.
Oh, it's
That's
awesome!
actually nice.
Yeah, that's one of the things. One of the places I love to buy games from
I
because
didn't
I know
know-
that.
And
I
they've
didn't
been
know
doing
nothing about that.
it. They've been doing it for
I didn't know
a
nothing about that.
long time now, years. By
But
now.
see, I didn't know about that because I'm not a PC person. See, that's why I said I don't have nothing against PC people. Okay,
Right.
Nothing. People think I do. No, just like I hate the fanboys on Xbox, the fanboys on PlayStation, the fanboys on Nintendo. I don't like the fanboys on PC either.
I don't like them either. So
It's just those guys.
They make people look bad.
yeah,
You know?
because whenever
That's what I'm saying. They make my friends who play on PC
You know,
look bad.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with people like Crap Gamer. He makes people like I know a dude who loves Xbox. He's not a douchebag about it. He doesn't try to rub it in someone fanboys' face. He just likes the brand. But people like Crap Gamer make him
Oh God,
someone.
I don't even want
who
to talk
loves
about.
Xbox. I hate to bring him up, but it's the truth. And people like
I
him
know. It's-
make those people who don't bother anybody but just prefer the platform look absolutely terrible.
Yep. Yep.
What-
You know what I mean?
well, yeah, but I mean, because when you
And
when
he
you
ain't the
hear
only
somebody
one.
walk
There's a
up-
couple others.
when you hear
there's a
somebody
couple
walk
And
up to you and say, "I'm an
half a
Xbox
dozen these
gamer,"
days.
yeah, if you say I'm an Xbox gamer, you're just like I'm like, oh shit, man.
Grab one of these guys, you know, because that's
Well,
Just-
listen,
yeah. Or
listen,
if you see that stupid,
Listen,
that
if you
stupid
prefer,
Scorpio
if you
symbol,
prefer one, but if you prefer one platform,
it's fine.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that as long as you don't make yourself a fucking
asshole.
fanboy.
Yeah, I don't.
An
I have no
asshole.
problem with anybody who wants to prefer a platform because or even just play solely on that platform. Big deal. Like, great, as long as you're
Listen,
having fun. But
I talk to people. I also talk to people who only play on PC. They have no
I'm one of those
problem with
people.
me playing. No, they don't have no. Exactly, you are. They have no problem me playing on a console. We agree on one thing. We love gaming.
damn
And
straight,
that's
sister.
all that matters. That's all that matters. You never have called me once a fucking peasant.
Nope.
the only time
You
I
never
would
called
ever
me
see
anything.
I'm not talking about the fanboys, obviously, of PlayStation or PC, but the only time
Okay.
I ever see a PC gamer reach out and just a true PC gamer, like that doesn't have the fanboy crap in them. The only time I ever see them actually reach out and say that somebody's a peasant or something like that. Now, this is from my circle of friends. Is that if like the console person is trying to like put out a bunch of misinformation regarding the PC platform, talking about how expensive it is and it's always broken and all, like there's a bunch of videos from console guys like that.
Yeah, I see that.
They-
But see, that's why
Yeah.
that's why I bring people on my podcast that know about PC gaming. I don't do it. I don't game on PC. I don't have no rig. So for the information to come out, I learn from y'all.
Yeah,
What's going
it's
on?
better coming from like a PC gamer because then
Thank
they know that. it
Why do you
affects
think
them.
y'all here?
Yeah,
Why do you
it
think y'all
affects
here?
Well, the reason I play on PC, and I found out something that pissed me off today, is for the price. Because a lot of these games I'm buying, you know, they're cheap as shit. You know, we can go on these websites like Humble Bundle, for example, and get a game for a couple dollars at the most. You know, I just bought a game called Shantae Half Genie Hero, whatever it's called. And
I just beat 3 Shantae games.
Yeah, I was telling my PS4 buddy, because he plays on PS4. I'm telling, hey man, you should pick it up, and he's like, all right, well, how much is it? I'm like, well, I got it for $20, and I go to look, it's $30 for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of shit is part of the reason why I stick with PC, because I get the
I didn't pay $30 for it.
The only
I
thing
didn't
is
pay
though, is like when it, because what did you buy it from? You mind me asking? Like, did you buy it from G2A or anything?
No, I just bought it on regular Steam because I didn't see a good deal on G2A. So
okay, because see, that's the difference between like with because if you buy it on Steam, then obviously you get the people are actually getting
the money. Yeah, developers get the money. So I only go on G2A when I very rarely do that. So it's not something that I do all the time because I agree that you should be giving the developers the money. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And they see that's another thing, like that kind of stuff, especially with companies like GameStop, the way they do things really piss me off, you know. And I'm a cheap ass, so I try to get the best deal possible. I'm a cheap ass.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate spending a lot of money. I mean, who
No,
does
it's the way you said it. No, but you know what? Gaming is an expensive hobby, so sometimes you got to be a cheap ass, and you got to do what's right. So I'm not laughing at you; I'm laughing with you because
no, I'm laughing too.
Hobby. It's an expensive hobby,
and that's part of another reason why I don't buy these consoles because I pay all that money, and it's just like I get an inferior experience to something that costs that I've spent less money on. You know what I mean? Like for $300, I could get a badass, graphics card that can completely outdo these consoles, easy. You know?
Oh yeah, easy.
So that's why that's part of the reason I don't buy a console because I got to pay for the online. I get an inferior experience, and I'm not talking shit. I'm just being honest, And
you talking shit on my podcast? You stop whooping coming. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
It's just and I got nothing against consoles, but I just personally when I switched to PC,
but you know what? It's not for you.
Yeah, it's just not for me anymore. Not me, no way.
But you know what? For me, PC's not for me. But we agree to disagree, and that's what I like about you because we don't have no issues. Our main thing that we have in common is we're gamers and we love to game.
Damn straight.
And we love to solve problems and bring out issues in the gaming community that affect all of us. And that's the type of people I want on this podcast, and that's why you all here.
Well, it's like with Scalebound being canceled. I could have been a dickhead and be like, ha, you don't get a game. But no, personally, I don't like that shit. I like when people are able to enjoy games. And when you take a game away from someone, a game that, especially what pissed me off the most is when I heard that people had said that they bought an Xbox One or the Scorpio or whatever.
No, they did.
And for Christmas, thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna get Scalebound when it comes out, and then it doesn't come out. You wasted all that money for nothing.
That's what happened to me.
Exactly.
And my Xbox One S, because you always got something. I mean, if you went to Jared and bought and spent like $900 on your girl's ring, you got an Xbox One S. So I mean, they were giving the damn thing away. Like I said, mine came with a pet rock. My Xbox One S is gone.
I got a question.
My pet rock is still here. That Xbox One S is gone. It's no longer here.
Yeah, but I had a question. What does your pet rock think about all this?
Well, the pet rock's the one that hit me in my face and said, "You got to get this damn thing out of here. There's just no reason to have it anymore." I mean, I appreciate what Microsoft did trying to expand the UHD market because that's what they try to do with the Xbox One S. But it's just not. I mean, like I said before, when you lose Elite Dangerous, when you lose Mass Effect, which started on your console, and then you get, and then you cancel Scalebound, which I do agree with everybody on the panel that that's just bad for the gamers. But you put spin control on it and say, oh, well, this is good, everybody. I don't understand how less is better. But
yeah, exactly.
The Microsoft camp, somehow they figured it out. I just need somebody to explain it to me.
Well, these there's a few of these fanboy channels that I actually saw that, or even on Twitter, they were saying that, good, keep that trash. If you want to play a JRPG, go to Sony. And I'm like going, but then you turn around,
ridiculous.
Then you're turning around talking about like we're going to beat Sony, or we're better than Sony. But I'm like, you're never going to compete with Sony if you don't have the games to compete with them.
Thank you.
Nintendo already said
It's
that.
impossible.
Nintendo already said that. Nintendo already said they're not competing with Microsoft or Sony.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was kind of obvious. Whatever.
Wow,
They
it
said
was.
that. And if you have that mentality, then they're not gonna. My thing with the Nintendo is this: Nintendo, no matter what, and they always said. Recently, there was an article. And this article really fucking triggered me, so I didn't make a video about it. Like, I mean, it did. It really. The article, if you look it up, it was on M4G. It's called Nintendo tells Square never come back after fallout over Final Fantasy IV. And
I know.
that article's good because now you know, since the stuff happened in the 90s, a lot of the heads in Square, they're now talking about what they went through. You know, they're talking about shit that happened 20 plus years ago. So now it's all water on the bridge, but they're bringing shit to light that we never knew. Like, for example, Square considered themselves a second party to Nintendo. So when Nintendo was trying to create the N64, Square was trying to help them and tell them. They were telling them about Final Fantasy even before the PlayStation 5 was even the PlayStation was even made. They were telling them this is what we're going to need. Square had the intention of putting Final Fantasy 7 on a Nintendo platform, but it had to meet, but it had to meet certain metrics. You understand what I'm saying? Let me look up. Let me give you one quote. They were saying at the time Square was really close to Nintendo, we were basically like a second party for them. So when their new system was in development, we gave them lots of advice, like you're going to need a CD-ROM drive for it. You don't have enough.
And that's why Nintendo has not improved or learned anything since the N64.
Yeah,
that's
they also told
the reason.
Yeah, they also told them, while you have now, we're not going to work with us.
Not to cut you off, but this podcast is over 2 hours.
Wow, it really has been.
Yes. I gotta cut it short. I got some things to do, but listen. Well, I had a great time tonight. We brought out a lot of facts. We talked a lot of good stuff. We talked a lot of good gaming. We brought our hearts into this shit. And that's what I like about people that come on this podcast. You bring your heart and soul here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're all here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do outros right now, okay? And we're going to start out with Craig and his pet rock.
Well, again, thanks a lot for the invite, Princess. I do appreciate you reaching out, and I've been a fan for a while. And Portal Rock, I've been listening to you for a while too, so it's been a pleasure being on here with you. And this is Craig Harris talking games. Just enjoyed it, and I'll sub to everybody's channel. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thanks.
All right, now we're going to do, because he was another first-time guest on here, we're going to do Super Snow.
Thank you, Nancy. I really had a great time here. I really enjoyed it, guys. We work well together. We have great synergy. I don't usually do podcasts, but I'm very happy and proud that I came on here. It really showed me that it doesn't matter what you game on. You know, people can have different opinions, but still, you know, be nice to each other and all kinds of other things. But just thank you. Thank you for having me on. I'd be more than happy to come on again whenever you would like me to have on. And I really enjoyed my time here. So
you're welcome anytime. But listen, if you have a channel, let people know about your channel. Do you have a channel?
Well, yeah, it's just Super Snow. It's got like a May photo. I just hit up for 5K recently, so
nice.
Yeah, so.
Good, nice job. And then we got let's go to HP North, the Hulk Pounder.
Hello. Follow me on Twitter.
The one who cussed. Oh, I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
Portrock, you weren't here. He cussed twice tonight.
I know, I did. I'm guilty of that. But Nintendo got me mad. So
They got everybody mad now.
they did.
The outro, HP.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, HP North. Add me on what's that place called? PSN at HP North. I accept all friend requests. What? Oh yeah, don't follow me on Steam because I'm making a different account. So
okay.
If you did add me, you can unadd me, unless I already unadded you. But don't forget to like this video. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I guess.
Check everybody out in this video. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I forgot to mention my Twitter is supersnow15. That's again a May photo, so you can't miss me.
There you go. Okay. Rambo, you're up next.
Okay, guys. Definitely check out everybody on the channel, man. Everybody has like definitely good channels and content on their channels, so definitely go there and do that. As far as me, if you want to follow me, it's at Rambo's Corner. Make sure that's a 0 on Rambo. And as far as like, if you want to like see more of like me, like I'm also part of a podcast that comes on Wednesday and Friday nights. Depending on where you are, it's midnight Central Time or 10 p.m. Pacific Time. But it's with a few other guys. I just for reasons being for Titanfall and stuff, I'm not going to mention who, but y'all can go check it out. It's going to be on Brimstone's gaming channel, and that's BREM. So Brimstone's gaming channel. It's they're there if you want to check it out. We talk games. We talk everything there. So that's a lot where I spend a lot of my time with. And then my channel, of course, I try to upload stuff whenever it actually matters to me. And I'm working on something with the Switch, but they got me kind of bumfuzzled here because I pre-ordered one, but yet, and I still don't know why I did. But so the video is going to be coming out on that, but that's what I kind of make my videos on. I don't really do everyday videos. I'm going to try to start getting into that, but if you want to check it out, my channel's Rainbow's Corner. So hope to see you guys there and hope to talk to you on Twitter. Always looking forward to talking games with people, so hit me up.
Rambo, thanks for that respect that you just gave me. I appreciate that. Mad respect. I appreciate that. And last but not least, the one who showed up last, my buddy, Porter Rock.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure everybody associates that sound with me. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's great. Hey, to the panel, I appreciate joining in. You guys were amazing. Sorry for being late, but I'm glad that the little time I got, you know what I'm saying? You guys were amazing, great comments and stuff like that. Everybody else, I love being on this podcast. Your boy Porter Rock 77. Check me out on Wednesdays. I also got Titanfall Princess and HP North on the cast. 60 Frames No Like podcast. You know what I'm saying? Where we keep it real and shit like that. The Latin Assassin. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Who that?
Hey, listen, I want to thank my cast for being here tonight. My panel. They were good. They're diverse. And they love to game. You all got to give them a round of applause because they are here just to talk about gaming. Okay? Check out their channels. I appreciate you all watching, all the comments you made. I do appreciate it. And this is the Titanfall Princess on the 12th episode, signing out on the Irish Hog Cast. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. See you next Friday.